What up, and welcome back to another Malazan Book of the Fallen video. This time we're doing something different. We're going to look at the likely economic impacts and the economic modalities that are present in a kind of imperialist, capitalist society that we find in something like a Midnight Tides from what I would call a new Keynesian or even a post-Keynesian perspective. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to find out who kicked whose ass in first round of the Arguments with Iron tournament and launch the second round. Let's get into it. Alright, so if we dive down into the results, we'll just start tallying them up on our old spreadsheet and see what happened. I was away so much that I didn't get to keep track of all these, so I know most of the outcomes, but this will be fun. Okay, so first round, I knew this one was going to be a killer, but we had Bars winning by a huge margin, 75%. I'm really sad about that because, as we'll see when we go on, some people are still in this thing, and Blues is out, and that is a crime. We had Whiskey Jack taking down Kyle. That is probably justified, but still, you hate to see Kyle go. I know there's not a lot of Kyle fans out there. I love Kyle. Oh, yeah, like this one. Where is the justice? Mappo Run is in and Temper is out. Brutal. Here's another heartbreaker, right? But again, probably the right outcome when you think about it from just straight up skills. But we got Breeze going through, and the fan favorite Stormy has already dropped out of the tournament. Wow. Moving on, again, Gruntle out of the tournament as Callum proceeds into round 2. That is a gnarly one. I gotta agree though, because you know, you think about Callum and just what he does, even in just Deadhouse Gates, right? He goes through and takes out all those dudes. I think the kind of fake Soldiers of the Apocalypse, and I think there was like 12 of them or something, and he just makes quick work. He's a savage. No surprise in the next round, Sorry takes down Badlands. Sorry, dog. 95%. I want to know who's the 5% that voted for Badlands. We had a 99-1 victory for Dancer against Stalker. 1% voted for Stalker. Those are probably the same folks who voted for Badlands, and they just have like a soft spot or something like that for those guys. But that was one of the biggest blowouts. Lorne and Possum, it's the battle of the folks who were jockeying for Lassine's favor, I guess. And this was one of the closer ones, but we had Lorne pulling it out over Possum, 51-49. I think that one is debatable for sure. Okay, and then this one is obviously the just kind of heartbreaker from the standpoint of the overall tournament and quality of it, because we had a first round draw of The Watch versus Animander Rake, and everybody, unsurprisingly, 86% put Rake through, but that means Yadan Derrig is out first round. How did this happen? He joins his brother in the second round because Silchas took down Skinner pretty easily, 77% for Silchas, and Skinner is definitely not an easy nut to crack, I guess. And so again, when you think about some of the people who are going through, and you have people like The Watch and Skinner not going through, just a gnarly draw that we had for this first round. This one I do agree with, because again, I think from all of the Crimson Guard, Shimmer's one of the biggest badasses. Come on. This also gives me some hope, because look, we're talking about 300 or so votes. That means people are reading the ice books. God bless you all. Kiska took down Marulio. I think that is the right call. Somebody shame me. I think it was Horde Beast for even having Marulio in the tournament at all. But there you have it. Kiska progresses on. We have Rel, the Segula, easily taken down. I think all the Segula crushed it this whole tournament, but taking down Coots easily. So Coots, Badlands, and their other buddy out of there. Here, I think we might be seeing some early book bias or something, or just a crowd favorite bias or something like that, because we have Lostar Yill taking down the Segula 6. She's a badass, no doubt. I don't know if she's Segula 6 badass, but apparently 54% of you thought it was true, and so she goes through to round 2 with, again, 54% of the vote. Another Segula goes through. I think actually Paula's the only Segula who doesn't go through because Jan crushes Pearl with 82% of the vote to go through. This is another heavyweight one because we have Surgeon Ress, who we see mostly via flashback and through legend. The flashback in Night of Knives and then the legends about him. But going up against Ruth Ann Good, who doesn't show up until way later in the books and we don't know much about. He has some badass moments. They're filled with magic, but Ruth Ann Good goes through with 68% of the vote. Also happens to be the namesake of our old High Fist. God bless him. We have Spinnock Darav going up against Topper in what I called the Battle of Darkness, but Spinnock easily took him down 77% to move on to round 2. Then we had everybody's favorite undead zombie, Tool, crushing. My favorite utility player character from the later books, Korab. He's like one of my favorite bone hunters. He's just a funny character, and I like his arc too. But unfortunately for Korab, only 5 of you voted for him, 5% of the 355 people, and so Korab's out, Tool is in. Troll Sengar took down Ferrul, and that was a huge heavyweight battle. You think about somebody from Dasem's Sword going up against Troll, the Soldier of Darkness, and yeah, that's a pretty heavy matchup. I think probably Troll maybe would have won there, individual soldier to soldier. Yeah, but I think the lopsided victory is just more a function of people kind of going that way, not that he would have beat him super easy. I don't know. But with that, the last remaining members of the Sword, Temper and Ferrul, are now gone. This one I'm pissed about because I think you guys totally blew it. We had 318 votes on this, and maybe this is just early book bias or something, but Skull Death goes out with only 32% of the vote to Brucalion. Brucalion's a badass, don't get me wrong, but Skull Death just straight up is like death incarnate. I don't know, we were talking about it in the comments on the day this one was going down. This one's a shame because Skull Death is one of the best IMO. And 68% of the vote too. Brutal. We had Urko Crust going up against our favorite Barghast Bridge Burner Trots and taking him down easily with 77% of the vote. Hopefully Trots recovers because we know, he hopefully didn't get his head crushed in. Fierce Sengar becomes the second Sengar brother to advance to the second round, taking down Throat Slitter pretty easy. I think that was a pretty easy call. 76% of you agreed with me. I'm surprised, but again, we have that same 5% of the jokesters out there who thought Short Nose was somehow going to manage to take down Karsa Orlong, but who manages to pull it off with 95% of the vote. I'm surprised it's not 100, but there you have it. Obviously, Short Nose has a lot more fans than I realized initially. We got old Greymane himself moving forward. He's pretty old, but he's obviously G'd up enough to take down Cowl, which is kind of gnarly. Whew, yeah. I didn't realize that. This is one of the ones that I didn't realize going along, but Cowl is out. Greymane is in with 69% of the vote, no less. I'm not sad to see Cowl go. He just got shunned in every tournament in the Mage one and in this one. God bless. We have Red Mask, the all weapons master, taking down Sergeant Hellion. So again, one of my personal favorites goes out in the first round. I can't say I'm happy about that, but I also can't say I disagree either. And then the second half of the dynamic duo goes out in what is this, the 27th match of the tournament, as Mock takes down Gessler. I have to agree with it, but I don't have to be happy about it. Poor old Senu goes down in a blaze of glory to the Shaigal assassin Gurul, who's expected to go pretty far. I guess the 15% of you who didn't vote for Gurul probably just haven't read that far yet. Kalor easily takes down Ambi and Jula Bull. The Bull brothers going out with only 7%. Somehow Andaris managed to get 8% of the vote, but Ikariam absolutely destroys with 92% to go through. This is one of the ones that is sad, but totally unsurprising. I like Andaris. He's a sad character. He has a sad story, and he had a sad showing in this tournament. I'm questioning this one, but Ralik Nam is able to take down his boss in the second to last match here. Vorkin goes down, Ralik Nam progresses. It was a close one, 58%, but yeah, I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised. I can't hate on it. I can say one way or the other. I think she might have had the job because she was better, but you really don't know. And then we ended it with the whole capstone, which was the Battle of Wills, I guess, or what everyone maybe wanted to see happen for the beginning of Gardens of the Moon or whatever. But we had Decem absolutely obliterating Surly, 94% to 6%. I got to agree with it, but yeah, Surly's no joke. And so there you have it. That is the victor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to random.org and we're going to generate a list with all of our names of winners that we have here. Totally random, alphabetized. And we'll just see what we get from random.org. On your mark, get set, randomize. Oh my god, I can already see the first match. Brutal. How is random.org creating this drama? It's insane. Alright, let's put it in the spreadsheet. Oh my god. Okay, I got them all in the spreadsheet, and if you look, it's gonna be a barn burner. Round one, we have the Sengar brothers going up against each other. Fear taking on Trull. Second round, we have Silchas going up against Mappo Runt. Then we have Thurul taking on Karsa Orlong. Tool going up against Ruthann Good in the fourth round. Mock taking on Whiskey Jack. Shimmer taking on Kalor, the High King. Breeze Bedict going up against Ikarium. I mean, I know Ikarium's like Life Stealer and all that, but that's a pretty good one, right? Spinnik Darav going up against Callum Makar. That's two totally different fighting styles, but both super G's, so that one will be fun to see. We got Rake going up against Rel. I think Rake might have even stopped right before he got to Rel last time, but we have Lorne going up against Gu Rule. We have Brucalion going up against Apsalar. That's another two really different fighting styles. I don't know. You got to think maybe Sari is advantaged, even though I tend to think, you know, the assassins are have a tougher time in tournaments like this. We got Jan going up against Red Mask. We got Iron Bars going up against Lostara Yill. Two assassins facing each other, and I think Ralik is done for as he faces Dancer in the 15th round. And then we have Urko Crust facing off against Kiska. So it seems like the drama was all in the first round, but maybe once we get to the Final Four, the Sweet 16 and all that, then things will start to get a little bit more intense. So that's where we'll leave it. We'll start the voting on Monday. Apologies for the delay. I had like so many personal life shenanigans going on the last 2 weeks that I'm super behind on my videos, but you can see by the bookcase that I'm back at home now, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to a regular production schedule, get back to Memories of Ice. I got a booktube tag and a couple other videos that I want to do. The good news is I got some super dope collabs coming up in the near future, so stick around for that. There's so many dope channels to watch, and yeah, vote in the tournament starts Monday, and until then, happy reading.